Hello and welcome. Now that we have our funnel pages, we'll now want to create our product offers. And we can start by clicking this blue link that says Add a Product. We'll then click Add One Now. Now the first thing we'll do is we'll determine what kind of product we're going to be creating. And typically it's going to be a buy now single payment product. Of course, if you're going to do a subscription, that'll be a different kind of product as well as a free one. For now, we're going to start with buy now single payment. We're now going to write in our product name. Now, if you're going to deliver your content or your product by a file, you're going to want to upload that file to this link. In most cases, that's not going to work for your buyers. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and you're going to put in your delivery URL. Now your delivery URL can be your thank you page, or it can be the actual download page where your client is going to get their product and or content. What you're going to do now is place your delivery URL in the box. And now you want to determine how you're going to get sale notifications. What you're going to do is click this link. And we have our sales notifications now set. You're now going to want to set up your refund policy based on what you have on your sales page. So if your sales page says that your refund period is 30 days, you'll want to make sure that this area matches that refund policy. If you do not have a specific period for refunds and you are not offering them, you're going to want to put a 0 here. We're now going to designate the kind of content our client should expect. And if you place your cursor in the content type, you're going to see a number of different kinds of content. You're going to want to click on each one that pertains to your product. Then, just as we did with the offer, we're going to choose a category for the specific product. Once we've done that, we're going to pick keywords for the specific product. Once we've done that, we're then going to pick our product image. Now in this next section, which is optional, we can limit the number of copies that will be sold of our product. And we can indicate this to our client. We can add scarcity to the quantity level of our sales process. We're then going to write in a support email. Now this support email is going to appear to the client. They're going to be able to click a button and then this email dialog box would open up to our email address. We can also open a support URL. And if we choose to open up a support URL, that will actually override the support email. So you want to choose the method that you're going to deliver your support and then write it in the appropriate dialog box. Now we should already have our PayPal account set up or our Stripe account. What we're going to do is we're going to add in the PayPal account or the Stripe account that's already associated with our profile, and we're going to add that in this dialog box. Now for the sake of this video, we're going to skip this process and head on to the pricing details. Now the regular price is where we will demonstrate the value of our product or what it will cost after the launch period. So once we determine what that higher price is going to be, we're going to write in regular price. And then we're going to write in the price at which our product is going to start. Now this is going to be especially important if we've chosen to use a dime sale method of working through our sales process. If that is the case, then this sale price will be the starting price. And what we're going to do is we're going to decide in the dime sale area, which again is going to be optional. Don't have to do a dime sale. If we're not going to do a dime sale, we're going to leave all this information blank. However, if we're going to start at a specific price and that price is going to rise with every sale, we're going to indicate that here in this area. So what we're going to do now is we're going to increase the price by 1 cent every one sale. Once we do that, we can determine how high the price can rise. If we want to put a maximum price here so that by the time we've gone through the number of sales that we expect, we may want it so that the price doesn't go any higher than a certain dollar amount. So when that's the case, we're going to write in that price in this area. Now, in most cases, after every sale, we will want to add individuals to our autoresponder. In order to do that, we're going to click this new connection, and then we're going to add a service. We'll determine which of our services we're going to use. Now, this process will retrieve the API for this particular autoresponder for us. In some cases, we'll need to manually go and retrieve our API to interact with WarriorPlus. But as of right now, our GetResponse is now connected to our WarriorPlus account, is now for use inside of our products. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to select a service. It's going to be GetResponse. And WarriorPlus will go inside of our GetResponse account since it's now connected by API. And this is going to be the case with every autoresponder that you connect to WarriorPlus through the API system. Now, this one is showing GetResponse, but it will work the same for other autoresponders. We're going to pick a campaign inside of GetResponse where we want the people who purchase this product to be added. What we will do now is click Save. Now, everyone that purchases will be automatically added through the API to our email marketing list. Now, it's important to note that whenever you add someone through an API, in most cases, you will need to call the company, such as GetResponse or Aweber, and you'll need to tell them to turn off their confirmation process so that the individual will be added to your list without sending an email asking for them. Now, this is the point at which if you use some kind of membership integration or some kind of custom integration to deliver your product securely, you can enter that information inside of this area. Now, every one of those delivery systems will have its own way for you to connect with WarriorPlus. However, you don't have to use either one of these methods. You can deliver a URL just as we did at the top of this page, and that is what we are going to do in this video. We'll then need to determine the commission rate for this particular product. Now, because we've actually shown the affiliates who pick up our offer what our affiliate program is going to be, we don't have to add any information here for this particular product. The next, we will consider whether or not we're going to add our product to be considered to be deal of the day. And this will allow WarriorPlus to act as our affiliate and email our product listing to their entire list. We can choose to toggle this off, or we can choose it on. In most cases, you're actually going to use this in the on position. Now, if your intent is to give WarriorPlus a different commission, you'll want to designate that here. Otherwise, you'll want to set it to be the same thing as the commission that you have designated for others. And then for the approval process, you'll want to make sure to write in your URL to your download page so that those that review the products will be able to see your product and then approve your offer for public listing. You'll want to determine that your product is open and available for sale. And then the last thing that you'll need to do is you'll need to disclose that you are the original creator of your product. And you can do that here in this area. Of course, do make sure that everything here applies to your situation. Once you do that, you're then going to click Save. And once you've done that, your product will then be added. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.